Okay, so we're in the cheese section, and as you can see, there's tons of options. But we're looking for some good cheese to add to our taco night, right? So you can do anything from sharp cheddar to there's blends. So what we just discovered is this one has it's a new cheese, a 4-cheese Mexican and a 3-cheese Mexican. Well, which one is the better option? So we're going to turn it over, and for one, this says reduced fat. So, and this one says creamier. So this one sounds more delicious, right? But when you go over to the back, and again, everything adds up. The more you add to your dish, you're adding fat, you're adding calories. So look at this is the reduced fat cheese, and it's 6 total grams of fat, okay, and only 190 milligrams of sodium. So it's a little bit on the higher side, but it's still pretty low sodium. And then good protein. This one is 11 grams. This is the 3-cheese creamier option. 11 grams of fat, 6 grams of saturated fat. So, and then over 200 milligrams of sodium. And so it's even less protein with that. So it's really important to note your fat content. We talked about this before, but not just take for what the front of the package says. Make sure you're reading your list, because again, you just doubled up on your cheese calories if you didn't look for that. So this was something we just noticed as well. And so Pam has a sharp cheddar shredded cheese.
So I like sharp cheddar cheese because I don't have to use as much of it. We know cheese in general has a lot of fat because it's an animal fat, which makes it saturated fat. So when you can use less cheese but still get the same wonderful flavor and taste, then that's a good idea to help you cut back on that saturated fat. So sharp cheddar is quite tasty, much more tasty than your it's a richer taste than mild cheddar or even medium cheddar. So you don't have to use as much. Another option, of course, is mozzarella. And yes, I put mozzarella cheese on my tacos. You know, I know we're gonna mix a little Mexican with Italian. That's okay. It's all in what your taste buds get used to, correct? But your mozzarella generally is part skim milk, and make sure that yours is high moisture, part skim. And let's look at the serving size. It should be 1/4 of a cup. Generally, cheese serving size is 1/4 of a cup, and so the food industry has standardized that particular type of food for the serving size. And so you can see only 6 grams of total fat for the 1/4 cup. So it is a lower fat, anything 6 grams or less.
You can always do it by the block as well. The more cheese options you do by the block, the less ingredients that are added. And it's really just preservatives that are added to the shredded cheese options. So nothing's wrong with it, especially in today's world. We're trying to keep everything as healthy and convenient as possible, but keeping a block of cheese on hand, and you can always quickly shred it on your own, is good too. But just note too that the ingredients are going to be more in your shredded cheese versus just your block cheese that has just a tad bit of extra preservatives added to it, like your potato starch that's going to be in your shredded cheese versus not in here. So none of these are bad options. It's just really looking at the fat content, the sodium content, and the serving size. Okay, we're going to move on to the next aisle.